This is the latest technology in deer calls. The Extinguisher has a monoslide that allows you to dial the call from fawn to doe to buck, which means there's very little movement. You don't have to take the call apart, adjust an O-ring, grab a can style call and make that work, and then grab a buck style call. So there's very little movement, which is real important. The other thing is it has the natural tone and the natural volume built right into the call. For example, the fawn sound. Go down to your doe, right to the buck. It does the growl sounds, and also the monoslide, when it gets cold out and moisture's coming out of your mouth and it builds up in the reed area and it gets really cold, and these deer calls with that long reed, they'll freeze right up on you. This call here, you just slide that slide up and down in those conditions and it'll break it loose so that you can use it in all different kinds of weather conditions and in the extreme cold. Now, another thing about deer calling is when you're trying to get that deer from 100 yards on in, you need to have that natural tone and that natural volume, and you need to be able to create the entire language and the entire sounds of a deer. And the Extinguisher allows you to do that. Now, we package it with a CD-ROM, and the CD-ROM will launch a video in your computer. It'll walk you through how to get all the sounds out of the fawn, the doe, the buck, and it also teaches you the language of the fawn, the doe, and the buck. So here's a few of the sounds I'm talking about. Your fawn bleats from a locator bleat to a distress bleat. That's just a regular locator bleat, a distress type bleat. So it gives you that variation that some of them other doe and bleat calls won't allow. You go down to your doe, you can get a bunch of different pitches of different sounding does. From an older doe to a younger doe. Right down to your bucks. Breeding grunts, the clicks, to the growls. And just plain grunts. That's the Extinguisher.